Have you ever wondered why someone might despise you, or why society itself can turn its back on certain people? In this video, I want to dive deeper into the connection between that rejection and the concept of morality. But I also want to take it a step further and make you reflect on how ethics isn't just a set of rules for society. It's something deeply personal that governs how we see and treat each other. Let's start with a simple example. Imagine a society. In this society, it's against the law to physically harm someone. If you assault another person, you'll be punished, no matter the circumstances. But as with any law, there are those who knowingly break it. They're aware of the rules, yet they choose to act against them. These people are often labeled by society as immoral. They're seen as inferior to those who follow the rules, as people who lack the principles or discipline needed to live harmoniously. Now let's consider a different group of people. These are individuals who break a law without even knowing it existed. For example, in some countries, it's illegal to insult the president, a serious crime. Yet in many other places, this kind of speech is considered free expression. So someone visiting from another country might unknowingly commit this offense. These people aren't immoral. They're what we call amoral. They acted without knowledge of the law, without any intent to break it. Even so, their ignorance doesn't erase the fact that they've committed a crime in that society's eyes. And because of that, they too might face rejection or disdain. Now here's where it gets interesting. This idea of morality isn't just something we apply to societies or legal systems. It also applies to us as individuals. Each of us has our own internal laws, our personal rules about what we find acceptable or unacceptable in others. For instance, imagine someone who dislikes smokers. Smoking might be perfectly legal where they live, but in their personal code, it's an intolerable behavior. To them, it's as though smoking is against their law. They might not respect or even outright reject someone who smokes, regardless of what the law says. And this doesn't just apply to smoking, does it? Each of us has a mental list of small behaviors or traits that irritate or alienate us when we see them in others. Now let's take this further. What happens when someone knowingly crosses one of your personal boundaries? Maybe they're aware that you dislike something, but they do it anyway, almost as if to provoke you. In that case, they're committing what we might call an individual immorality. They're breaking your personal laws with full knowledge. On the other hand, what about someone who unknowingly offends you? Maybe they say or do something that you dislike, but they had no way of knowing it would upset you because you never told them. In this case, they're immoral in your eyes. They didn't intend harm, but their actions still clash with your internal code. This brings us back to rejection. Sometimes people reject us for reasons we don't even understand. It might not be because of anything we've consciously done. It could be something as simple as the way we carry ourselves, or even a physical characteristic we have no control over. In those moments, we find ourselves judged by the unspoken, unwritten laws of someone else's mind. And that's what I want you to reflect on. Morality isn't just a set of rules enforced by governments or religions. It's something deeply personal. Each of us carries around our own moral code, and when someone violates it, knowingly or unknowingly, we react. We judge. Sometimes we even reject. So the next time you feel despised or alienated, ask yourself, whose laws did I break? Were they society's laws or someone's personal ones? And just as importantly, consider the ways you might be doing the same to others. Because understanding this dynamic between morality, amorality, and individual laws might just help us all navigate our relationships and our place in the world a little better.